we've got ourselves the best midfielders. The question is, who's there? CDMs, cams, box to boxes. What's your preference? Let me know what midfield you use. Do you use two box to boxes, a cam and a CDM? What is it that you go for? Now, there is so many options you can go for now, and I must admit, it's getting to the point where I'm like, a lot of these are going to be S+, they're going to be S, or at a very much an A+. I feel like a lot of them are up there. I've tried to take out a lot of the fluff because, as you'd imagine, there's quite an actual considerable amount of midfielders that we can go for. We also have, Make Your Marks come in on Friday, which is, well, I think tomorrow this video will be out. So on Thursday. So Friday we've already had leaks of Van Dijk, we've had Tchouaméni going in there. So there's going to be some big names again, and they are live once more. So if we are just kind of racking through a lot of these, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about a few of them, let's get a little benchmark then, because when we look at some of the icons, Patrick Vieira will always be there, purely on in-game ability. It's kind of the same as Hullet. I know the version of Hullet that we've got here with the 94 has definitely been increased, so there's not much to say about that in terms of the difference between him and Vieira. Vieira needs an upgrade now. He would have been brilliant with one of these greats of the games, but his body type will still be fantastic. It's why some people are still rocking a base Hullet. I've seen him multiple times. Now, he's definitely not as popular as previous games, and everybody wants the upgraded one. I think that one's pretty easy to imagine, but it's still an in-game card. It's the same with Yaya. As much as I do like Yaya's card, I do think this one definitely needs to be upgraded again. It's kind of like the base version of him now. He's slowly fallen down because they have done really well to actually put the playstyle pluses to need something. We've got a lot of players that just have the same stats. There is so many team of the seasons, the path to glories as well, that just have 90s everywhere. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, there isn't much difference other than maybe a 5-5, maybe a 4-5, all the playstyle pluses. So, and then body type, obviously. Matthias will obviously still go at the top as well. If we're looking a bit further down, then Ronaldinho as a cam has got to be up there. We'll try and order them and kind of go best to worst in any sort of way, really. We have got, let's kind of go for what we got, medium sort here. I was looking at Jude, I was like, yeah, okay, maybe not Jude. Why do I keep saying Jude? I want to say Job, but Jude. It's because I've got both of them in this tier list. If we've obviously got Palacios, I mean, he's probably now down a little bit more. I feel like the kind of lower down ones are going to be the out of the sort of promo base now. So something like, where did I see him? Like a Pedri. It's very bog standard now. There's not really too much need for him, unfortunately. But that is a promo that is a long time ago now. We have got the likes of Douglas Luiz. Thought he was fantastic as an objective. Now a little bit out of the kind of running. Same as Mainu, to be honest. He was a very nice card for an objective, well, for the season pass, in fact. But as we got through Team of the Season, you realised, okay, I see what they're doing. There's a lot of players that are going to be just like this. Xhaka would be the same. We then have a few of the kind of the topper ones. I must admit, I did like Odegaard. Same as Bruno. We kind of got a lot of the same cards very early on. Havertz is definitely up there. Foden I normally go S+, but for the moment we'll keep him there. Cole Palmer, I like him as a cam. It's why I've put him in here, because I know he's technically right mid in his base position, but I do like him as a cam. I don't know. I've got it really. I think they've all got to be S's by now, surely. If we're looking at like some Milinkovic-Savic, I expected that card to be better, to be honest with you. I really thought it'd be up there. Marquez would still be up there.
If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below.
JJ, in terms of a cam point of view, would be one down. Same as Park. Park was an unbelievable centre mid, but literally like 7 weeks has passed since then. It just feels like an absolute blur, but that is the kind of the general consensus of it. Musiala's obviously in the S. kind of looking a bit further down. I reckon, to be fair, I reckon you could probably go like that. I think with this Pedri not having a shooting or defending over 80 at this point is just not going to work out. De Jong, on the other hand, it was a very, to be fair, it still is a very, very good card. I know we have got his other version, but his body type just is meant for that midfield. Stanway, I'd still put her in the S. I think she's still up there. Santos, I'd now be looking more towards of a sort of almost a rotation player, but she was really good to start with because there was no other cards with the stats that she had, and then we eventually caught up. Kessler, or Keebler, I think her name is actually. No, to be fair, we've got to be realistic with this. David Beckham. The problem is I'd choose a lot of players over him. That's going to be the big problem. He is very much the kind of passer of the team, but I've got the likes of Busquets still coming in here that have way better passing and still have that pace element. So we'll go a bit further down for him. Gerrard can go next to him. Kaka's obviously at the top. Big old Lambs, to be fair, it was a rubbish card in itself. Essien could still do a job though. That's the scary bit. Essien as a CDM isn't awful. But I don't know if I'd go S. We'll keep him there for the moment because, like I said, we'll kind of reorder them and kind of go with what I would consider from the kind of S where I'd put them. Tchouameni, I'd probably go A+. There's a lot of people that really liked him, but I personally thought he was okay. He was a good card, but he weren't like crazy. Obvious too in Pele and also Zidane. Zico can go up there as well. He is unbelievable in game. Same as Bobby Charlton. Again, it's very simple. I'd go this version of Rivaldo in S. Socrates is going to go next to him. We then, what do we got down this list then? Okay, we're going into the different cards there. Kimmich, on the other hand, it's a good card. It's a good road to the final, but I mean, it just didn't turn out for him, unfortunately. But I do think in terms of CDM points, they're kind of at this point here where you could use them and you can definitely get a decent amount out of them, but they're not going to be the top CDMs in the game anymore. Loftus-Cheek, I do like him as a box-to-box though. I don't know if I'd go. We'll place him here for the moment. I don't know if I'd go full top with him. I think he's good and there's a lot of people that overhype him. I've got him as a 93, but I didn't think he was crazy. Like, he's definitely a decent upgrade, but not nuts in itself. I really didn't like the Malik McAllister card, I'm not going to lie. Madri can go there. I preferred Essien over Makalele if I'm being brutal for him. Ramirez can go. Oh, you know what? If to be fair, if Yaya's there, Ramirez is at that same level. That Bernardo Silva, to be fair, it's pretty much done, isn't he? We'll go with the CDM of Xabi Alonso. I think he definitely comes in a little bit more with that Galazzo. Xavi Simons is going to go there as well. Same as Szoboszlai. I'd put them both on that same sort of caliber. Verman will drop down one. I think Fred, he'd probably stick on that A+. We're going to have to move out one anyway. Tony Cruz with a 5.5, good upgrade. I haven't quite included his end of an era one yet because we haven't got there. So I don't think there is a single way to actually get to that 96 or 97, whatever it is, yet. So I can't put him in just yet until I can actually get my hands on him. This road to the final, to be fair, you'd probably still go up there, to be fair. The 5.5 and the full upgrade has definitely helped him out. Rolfo, as much as she's still a very good card, I think in-game she's gonna struggle in comparison to a lot of these Team of the Seasons now. You could definitely force your way into her, but I mean, she's just not gonna be on that same level as what she was when Fantasy first came out. She was an unbelievable SBC. Sauer, I'd probably put the same. I don't rate her anymore personally. She's kind of just gone into the club and not really bothered anymore, especially as a box-to-box. Maybe if she was more heavily on the DM, I could definitely see it. Conte, absolutely love Conte. I think he is unbelievable. Abile would be the great example. The promo difference is massive from Team of the Year. And some of the Team of the Years are still relevant, Patrick, but others are just not. Goretzka, it's an easy S. I'm very close for an S+ for him, to be honest. I think the S+ is, you've got obviously Bellingham. Vitinha is an easy one. Putellas is up there. I can't be that harsh, can I? I'm always half and half with Bonmati. Putellas is so clear unless the rate, even comparison to the rating. But I must admit the 97 was decent. So you've got her coming in at 400. You got Putellas coming in at 1.3. No, I'm gonna go with it. I'm still going with it. Bonmati is still in that S. We said with the team of the year it was the same way round again. It is S tier, and then obviously Putellas comes in on the top. Bellingham will naturally go next to himself as well. Very easy shout there. De Jong as a new path to glory definitely goes on that top tier. I think that's without a shadow, to be honest. Modric, in terms of my playstyle, I really like him. I don't feel like he's everybody's cup of tea, but I think you can make it work with him. Pirlo's exactly the same. Even so, and this is the difference between, like, if you watch the SBC ones, it isn't the player that I'm necessarily ranking too much in the SBC ones. It's whether that SBC is worth it. The SBC for Pirlo is not worth it. But the card itself is fantastic. So it's a difference between them. We obviously have got Royce here as a 95. I wasn't too impressed with him, to be honest. I'd probably go for like his 96 to be one more up because the Playstyle Pluses are better. He's got the one upgrade. That's fantastic. But I wasn't necessarily crazy hyped over it. De Bruyne, easily top. We've got Schneider. Love the Schneider. If we could get an upgrade on him as well, that would be brilliant. Oberdorf is quite an easy S category, to be honest. I think there's quite a decent amount there. Rice and Rodri as the CDMs, they definitely hold it up. Wirtz is obviously coming up there as well. How many cards we got left? Because we'll do a little bit of a shake-up just to make sure we're getting everybody in order. We've obviously got, have we got any more low ones? Like Benesa, he's a decent card as a CDM, but I mean, he's not going to come in too high. Job, I did like Job. I thought Job was a good card, but the problem is you do compare him quite a lot, and he's nothing in comparison. Maybe could go one more up. We'll kind of go through the list in a second. Kamenvinga's an easy one there. We'll go then one more Tower. Oh, easy. So, if we're going to just go these in order, in fact, is there any more B pluses? I think I've kind of got away from the B pluses now. I think everybody else would be more into that A. I think yeah, that sounds about right. So if I was going to pick between them, from one being this side to the end, I'd probably go... Oh, it's very hard because they're not all box to boxes or cams or DMs. That's going to be more tricky. So I would probably... I'd probably go something like that. For the A's then, have we got any more? I think Alvarez puts himself in there. Oh, no. No. He probably goes in the A+, actually. I was thinking then. I was thinking of somebody else. Alvarez, he's got himself... That's a different Alvarez, if I've ever seen one. He's decent, though. I'd definitely have a look at him. That was awful. Let's have a look. Alvarez, if it's going to show me his name. There it is. Bruiser, aerial, long ball pass, 50,000, 90, CDM, more there. Good defending, good physical. I mean, yeah, he's probably, but he's more A+ than anything. He's more A+ than anything, definitely. So we'll keep him in there. Other ones, Lees, I'd kind of go there. Muller, I'd go one up. Rabiot, I definitely would. Barella, Bruno. Ferguson, to be fair, even Ferguson, like, he may be cheap, but that's just purely because they put him in the ultimate. If we keep going, Tyler Adams, yeah, I'd probably actually say there's no more A's either. I think everybody else is in that sort of better category. So if I was looking here, I think Job is definitely the first one here. I'd then be looking... I'd probably go Makalele. Verman. Who's going to be last? That's going to be the question. I'd definitely go Sauer over. Benesa as a CDM. Maybe stick there for the moment. I'd then go 1, 2... McAllister's got to be better than Zalem. To be fair, no. Zalem's got to be at the end now. Probably go something along the lines of that. I think that would work to me for more of the kind of order from, like I say, from 1 to the end. And I've just realised the cards that I've downloaded new, because Footbin's changed their site, are actually a lot smaller. I know we actually get the chemistry, the Playstyle Pluses now, but it's funny seeing the difference in them. So once we slowly get through this, we should see then the players being in a better size sort of thing. So if we carry on, then the A pluses, I think Lees puts himself in there easily. Mickey, I don't know if I'd go S. Gundogan I probably wouldn't go S. Pellegrini I wouldn't. Muller I wouldn't. Rabiot no. Busquets no. Cal, yes. Very good card. Edison, Ferguson's going to be in there. Isco's phenomenal. I don't know. People dislike him. Munian can go into there as well. Patry, she's a little bit lower than everybody else there. Really like that Tyler Adams card. Ballack, Olmo, Dabina. Think, yeah, we're kind of there. So if we're going to add a few more into that S+, obviously Emery, Valverde, DePaul, and definitely, where did I just see him? Hadji's going up there. So if I was looking into the A+, now there is a lot of difference here, so there might be a different route you'd take with this. I think for me, if I kind of just move people around and see where I want to put them, would kind of go, trying to find a base mark really. I'd probably go Xhaka towards the bottom, same as Palacios. Would go you in the middle. I'd go Muller in the middle actually as well. Milinkovic, no, so JJ can come down a little bit. Think if I'm kind of thinking of the best card here, Royce has to be kind of near the top. I'd say Busquets does for the passing side of stuff. You're kind of going in the middle. My God, it's very hard to think of who I'd actually prefer in these positions because they're three different roles. So maybe Tchouaméni definitely goes more towards the top of an A+ as well. Would go kind of there. Mainu would come down more towards the middle. Essien's got to be up there. I'd probably take... To be fair, I'd take Xabi Alonso over Essien, to be fair to him. Alvarez would kind of be in the middle. Loftus-Cheek has got to be more closer to the top as well. Savic can come down. Mickey, Muller. Muller's great with the upgrade, like in terms of an in-game, but I still don't think he's worth it as a cam. Fred was unbelievable, to be fair to him. I thought Fred was phenomenal. Would I take Mainu over? I'd probably take Mainu, to be fair. He's a good free card, most definitely. If then Munian could probably go in the middle. Pellegrini, no. I didn't really fancy too much. Probably less than... No, probably more than JJ, to be fair. Rabiot was good. Douglas Luis was good. Mickey was decent. I think he'd probably go below a little bit. Munian can go one higher. I think he's better than Szoboszlai. To be fair, it's probably better than Simons, to be fair. Box to box. CDM... Kimmich can probably come down a little bit. It'd go above Alvarez in terms of a CDM quite comfortably. Park, I'd go somewhere like that. Xabi Alonso, Essien, Santos definitely can come probably just above Muller. I'd go Lees above Ferguson. I think that's about right. Again, that's very difficult. It's better to go on like the cam, the box to box, and the CDM tier list because you can split them then on who's the better cam, whereas you've kind of got to argue who's the better midfielder, and with their different positions and different kind of places. Like you could argue that Hadji is a better player than Rodri, but I'm like, they don't play in the same position, so it's very hard to link up there. If we've obviously got the rest, I feel like Kanaloglu's going in there, Barella is, Bruno G, we'll go over him in a minute, love Cherokee, Edison was a great upgrade, Isco's phenomenal for the value. Renato, I think, should have been S+. He really should have been up there. Thiago's going in there. Adams is going in there. Ballack's just going in there. Bentancur, easily. Olmo, honestly. Olmo's overall is nuts. Dabina would be on the lower side. Petit would be up there. Sabitzer would be up there. Yeah, Grace would be S. She wouldn't be S+, I don't think. Pedri and Bruno Gomes then. Now, with Bruno, he was 7 Bruno, apparently. Bruno Gomes was one of the mini-releases, so he came out kind of like the day after. 4-4, so unfortunately I've figured out that they can't give everybody a 5-5, which would have been really nice for this card. But the stats, very nice all round. He's kind of like that De Jong, but in the Copa America side of stuff. I think he's an absolute baller when it comes to it. Pedri had a bit of a glow up. Like we saw the road to the final and it was okay. Much better card. Like finally they've got a decent amount of attacking and defending. Obviously it's only a +7 in terms of that, but I'd take the 6 on the pace, the 6 on the passing, 3 extra dribbling, which takes it to 97 anyway. That is an absolute balling card if I've ever seen one. So I think for me, I'd go Bruno G and Pedri just making that top category list. I don't think there's much in it. obviously, when it comes to ranking these, I don't think you need to be honest. If I was to go for these sort of side, I'd probably be looking with Wirtz towards the bottom-ish. I think Hadji is just unbelievable. Valverde's got to be near to the top. I'd say is over Modric. Pirlo, I would go as a better box-to-box than Modric, but it's only just. KDB, Schneider's an unbelievable cam. Rodri's obviously one of the best CDMs, so I don't know if I can have a CDM above him. Rodri is very, very close. Taurum is got to be the better centre mid, same as Emery. De Paul's up there, but he's definitely due the upgrade. He's got to go next to kind of the De Jong sort of era, and I'd probably go. We put him there, kind of get. In fact, yeah, if I put them two out of the way, that kind of helps me with the icons out of the way, because I'm thinking cam-wise, De Bruyne's better at passing, but Wirtz is better at pushing the ball up. You've obviously got no other cams as such other than Bellingham, who's kind of the best box-to-box. He's one of the best midfielders you've got, so it's quite an easy argument there. I feel like that's probably where I'd go with everybody without kind of going too in-depth with the cams and the CDMs, moving them in their positions. The S's would be too difficult to do with them because there's just so many of them, it's unbelievable. But I think that would be the list that I'd kind of go with the midfield. It's predominantly up there, I'd say. Tchouaméni could potentially go at one more. I feel like there's some people that might keep him in the S, but I think with the cards that we've got now, there's going to be a lot that's going over him, plus then his upgraded version, which is just going to knock him down a peg or two anyway. But let me know down below what you think about it. Make sure you like and subscribe on this, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.